Start to realize that your technological devices are drugs. They affect your body like a drug, and you want to limit the time you spend on them. Hey guys, I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so you can manifest your ideal life. If you want to learn more about sexual mastery, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified when I release new videos and go live. Make sure you get my free ejaculation control course through the link in the video description below. Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to share the main thing that is killing men's sex drive and sexual vitality. And this is something which is extremely common. I almost guarantee that it's something you do. And this is excessive screen time, spending too much time scrolling on your phone, looking at random social media posts, looking at random videos. Spending hours a day staring into a screen is actually wrecking your sexual vitality. It's killing your erections. It's destroying your sex drive. It's throwing your hormones and your brain chemistry out of balance. Smartphones really are drugs. They affect our brains like drugs, especially when you're just impulsively scrolling through social media, through various random internet sites. When someone leaves a comment on your post or they like your post or something like that, you get a little hit of dopamine. This becomes addictive, and your phone literally becomes a slot machine where every few minutes you're checking it to see, what did I get? What did I get? And this ingrains this pattern in your consciousness of gluing yourself to this device, giving it a lot of your attention, and all of the unnatural overstimulation from staring into this technological device, specifically wrecking your dopamine receptors in your brain, your desire and reward chemistry, and this also has negative implications for your hormones as well. When you spend hours a day staring at a screen, you become overstimulated by it. You start to rely on that overstimulation just to feel normal. Much as in like watching porn, staring at an electronic screen also has opiate-like effects on the brain. It numbs your mind a bit. You start to feel lethargic. You're less motivated to go out into the world and do things. You want to keep staring at that screen, and you start to become reliant on it. And you'll find yourself constantly checking your phone, just desperate for some sort of stimulation, desperate for some little dopamine release. And so it becomes a drug, and you become ingrained into this habit. And real life actually starts to seem less interesting. And from the standpoint of Chinese medicine, this creates what's known as false fire within the body, which creates all this rising energy up into the head. Your energy becomes stuck up in your head, and we actually lose a lot of energy when we are primarily functioning up in our head and our brain. It literally dissipates out of our brains. So we're losing all this energy. So all this false fire from staring at electronic screens, it dries up the water element in the body. In Chinese medicine, this correlates to the kidneys and the kidney system, which is all about your sexual vitality. So your body uses up its kidney energy to try to compensate for all this excessively stimulated rising fire chi being created by staring at screens all day, and it dries up your kidney energy. It makes you stuck in your mental body and disconnected from your physical body. It literally dries up your sexual vitality. There's a lot of modern studies showing that people between the ages of 18 and mid-40s are having less and less sex. In the 2010s, this number was decreasing, and it's exponentially decreased in the 2020s. Now, of course, we have a lot of stress factors and things like that, but I think one of the main reasons that people are less sexually active is because their systems are wrecked by all this technological overstimulation. It's making them less interested in sex, more interested in living in a VR world, disconnected from their bodies, and their health and sexual vitality suffers greatly. And I could go on and on about a lot of studies that support what I'm saying here, but I think the biggest thing for you is to simply experiment with this. Turn your phone off for 2 days and notice what feels different. Take 2 days off from staring at screens, from using technological devices, spend time in nature, go for a camping trip. It's not that hard to do that. You just have to plan ahead a little bit. And then notice what changes, specifically how much more clear your mind feels, how much less impulsive you feel, and that you want to be distracting yourself by going on Instagram, watching movies on Netflix. You're much more embodied and in the moment. But also notice how your sexual desire and your sexual vitality increases. Your sex drive is always a strong indicator of the overall health and balance of your body. If your body is weak and hormonally out of balance, you will notice your sex drive diminishes. And for men, morning erections are a very strong indication of this. If you are not experiencing nocturnal and morning erections, likely your hormone levels are a bit off and your sex drive is low. So it's a very simple test. And what I personally noticed once I started becoming very aware of how too much screen time was affecting my life and made some lifestyle changes around it, I noticed that my sex drive, my sexual vitality, my overall just feeling good and balanced in my mind and body, and my erection quality increased significantly. So to remedy this, you want to start cutting back on screen time. Start to realize that your technological devices are drugs. They affect your body like a drug, and you want to limit the time you spend on them. Obviously, I'm not an anti-technology person. I'm using a camera right now to create this video, and I have to go on a computer, go on the internet to share it and to communicate with the community of men who are doing this work. What I've learned is to become very, very conscious of how I'm interacting with electronic devices. Am I doing it completely unconsciously, just like, picking up my phone without even thinking about it, scrolling through a bunch of stuff? Or do I have a specific purpose to do this? And this is what I encourage you to start becoming aware of. Notice how many times you start to pick up your phone without having something really important to do on it, right? So again, be very conscious about your screen time. Number one, think of it as a drug and limit the amount of time. Maximize your productivity when you're going to get on one. There must be an important reason for you to be using it. Otherwise, it's pointless. You're just wasting your time and energy. Something that really helped me was to delete social media apps for my phone when I'm not using them. I now only use social media for content creation. I create my videos, I create the content I make, I share it with people. I don't spend time scrolling through media anymore. It just wrecks my brain and nervous system. I can't do it anymore. So I set myself a time limit. I'm very productive with what I'm doing on these apps, and then I delete them so they're not there to distract me. Leave your phone off in the morning. Do not pick up your phone first thing in the morning and start scrolling. You will absolutely ruin any chance of having clarity and productivity that day. I do not even turn my phone on until my whole entire morning routine is complete. Sometimes it's almost noon. So have a morning routine where you don't have screen time, you're not on a computer, you're not going through messages and emails. Spend time in nature, do physical exercise, do some qigong, some meditation, get in your body first. You will be very surprised if you don't usually do this, how much better you feel, how much more clarity and motivation you have throughout the day. I also highly encourage you, if it's possible for you, to have at least 1 or 2 days per week where you leave your phone off. I do this every weekend. On Friday night, I either turn my phone off or I turn on airplane mode because sometimes I use interval timers and things like that. And I do not take it off until Monday. And that has caused a dramatic improvement in my quality of life. Yes, you will make yourself a bit harder to reach by some people, but having good boundaries around this is important. Before you start picking up your phone and using it, ask yourself, what are you doing on the phone right now? Is it actually important? Is there a specific reason you're doing it, or are you doing it just to scroll and try to get a dopamine fix? Start to become very conscious of this and build the willpower to only use your phone if you actually have something important to do. And then the last tip I have is to change your phone to black and white mode. There's a specific word for it, I forget, but basically every phone, you can turn it to where there's no colors, it's just black and white. This makes it much less interesting to your brain, much less stimulating to your dopamine receptors, and you'll be less likely to unconsciously spend time scrolling. And just to wrap it up, I encourage you to start replacing screen time with real life activities, things that get you in your body and get your chi, your energy moving, instead of just scattering your energy on a technological device. So get outside more, go hiking, hang out with friends, practice qigong, meditation, yoga, go to the gym, learn to play a musical instrument, learn to build things, whatever you're interested in. Start to have more real life hobbies and spend less time on the phone. And I guarantee you will notice a dramatic change in your sexual vitality and your overall enjoyment of life. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and leave a comment below. Have a great day, my friends.